Ruslan Bortnik, who is the director of the Ukrainian Institute of Politics. He's also in Kiev. Appreciate your time, Ruslan. I know this is a difficult time for everyone in Ukraine, and there are a lot of negatives we can go through. I do want to try and start with a positive, though, because, as I said, the killing continues, and the only way this is going to end is if people do try to take a positive path forward. Can you see from the two delegations that we are going to see, hopefully discussing this evening in Istanbul, a path towards peace, can you see a route forward?
Well, it's not an easy question, but I want to remind our audience that we have a significant change of general political narrative in the situation of Ukrainian-Russian war. During the last 3 or 4 months, we changed the narrative from the continuation of the war till the end, till the victory, to the peace talk. It's very important change of the narrative. And moreover, now we have a situation of direct talk between the Russia and Ukraine, which we haven't seen during the last 3 years after the ending of this dialogue in April 2022. So there are some positive changes. And now we are in the talks, and it's very important. And now we are thinking about the future of the peace, the architecture of this peace, but not the continuation of the war. And I think the main achievement in this situation could be only the reestablishment, this direct talk between the sides, and maintaining this dialogue in the future. I don't believe that both sides are able to achieve some significant results right now, today or tomorrow in this dialogue. But if they will be able to find a new calendar, find the new place for the new meeting, and this dialogue will be sustainable all the time, it will be a great achievement in the path or toward the peace.
I mean, it's obvious there's a lot of animosity between the two sides, and it feels like it does need a mediator, a neutral, to kind of keep the two sides together in a room and can help foster the conversation. Does that need to be President Trump? Will his envoys be good enough to facilitate that conversation?
Absolutely right. You know, I read today's post of President Trump. He said he was answering on the question about why Putin is absent in Istanbul. He said, because I'm not there. I think Trump is also considering and recognizing the necessity of straight American presence and participation in this dialogue. And not only the presence, but also taking on for United States, on shoulders of United States, some part of responsibilities in this dialogue. Because, to be honest, in this situation, 70% of Russian demands, they are not suited toward Ukraine. These demands on the United States, on the European Union, and on the NATO, and other. Only 30% of this problem, of this conflict, is about Ukrainian-Russian relations. 70% is about relations between Russia and the West. So the West, especially the United States, needs also take on responsibility in this conflict, become a part of negotiation, become a part of agreement.
Usually to get a deal of any kind, both parties need to give something up. And we heard today Volodymyr Zelenskyy saying that he would never give up, well, he wouldn't give up the territories that were Ukrainian. He wouldn't give up Crimea. But will he have to, do you think, in order to get a ceasefire and permanent peace, do you think he would be willing to compromise that a bit?
We made some compromises already, but in general, no one demands from Ukraine to officially recognize as Ukrainian territories like Russian territories. No one. We have talks about the future possible recognition of Crimea like a Russian lands from United States, but not from Ukraine. I think we still have a huge field for possible compromises and concessions between the sides. We could talk about geopolitical place of Ukraine. We could talk about economy, lifting sanctions, humanitarian problems, and we need to forget for sometimes the land question, because it's too hard for both sides. And till the time when we have both countries, Ukraine and Russia, has the same territories in their constitution. So before the breaking of one of these countries, we are not able to resolve this issue. But for the peace, for the future, we need to postpone this issue for diplomatic track and for political dialogue, but not for military decision.
Ruslan, appreciate your time so much and your expertise.
Thank you.
That's Ruslan Bortnik, who is the director of the Ukrainian Institute of Politics.